And we are live.
Slowly but surely. Every week.
All four of the places.
I hope, right?
Yep. Not MySpace, though.
We are on Instagram.
Are we?
No.
Didn't think so. We are going to talk about Instagram today, though.
Got super interesting topics. He's sick, and I'm not.
I'm not sick. My voice sounds terrible.
Oh, yeah, he's not sick.
The sound guy just gave a thumbs up that my voice sounds good, so we know he's lying.
He's a professional.
He is a professional, actually. Yeah. We don't pay him, but other people do. He agreed, though, so it's cool, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works. It actually is how that works, in a way.
I'm actually adding these.
Pose for the picture. You just took a picture of us.
Oh, no. I'm adding the topics to my
description. I'll go ahead and list them off. We've got Google Maps is making electric vehicle charging easier in an interesting way that I hadn't thought about before because I don't have an electric vehicle. But if I had an electric vehicle, I probably would have thought of this.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, actually.
I got some weird opinions.
Have you read this article?
No, but that's why they're weird.
Figured. Spokane, Washington, to vote on noise-emitting devices to deter loiterers.
So I misread that one. I thought that they were going to cut down on noise-emitting devices.
I don't think I misread it.
Not add noise to get rid of people.
I guess with the title, it could kind of go either way, but I think they're going to vote on adding noise-emitting devices.
That's kind of fun.
But the way it's worded, it could also be to remove noise-emitting devices. Instagram to flag potentially offensive captions before posting.
Spooky.
But you can still post.
Facebook, on the other hand, owned by the same people, most downloaded app
of the decade. That's a long time.
I wonder if YouTube should have counted.
I mean, YouTube. Oh, that's interesting because a lot of times it comes
pre-installed
by default.
Hey.
That's interesting.
Or the texting app.
Or the Play Store.
Now, the Play Store I could see being behind Facebook because of the iPhones.
Potentially, yeah. And plus, it's not downloaded because it comes on by default, but that's different.
Yep.
The same reasoning as YouTube.
Hey,
we're live.
Cadillac will boast a 38-inch curved OLED screen.
That's even bigger than the screen we use when we're streaming.
So
that's probably bigger than all three of these screens combined.
It's not bigger than mine. In the other room.
Yeah.
Optical illusions of the year.
I just added it because...
It's kind of cool.
What the heck?
There's a cool gift idea at the end.
This is something that I actually think is kind of interesting.
I like the website.
Yeah.
Then will AI replace your job? It will mine.
I don't think so.
It will replace one of them, I'm sure.
Probably one of them. That's a good point.
Or will it make them easier? It'll definitely make them easier.
Yeah.
AI overlords, we welcome you.
He's just trying to get on your good side. He's kissing up to you. Don't listen to him.
As long as it works. So Google Maps, again.
Yes. And, yeah.
This is from Ride Apart, which I've never even heard of.
Me neither. And first image, of course, is a motorcycle, which you ride.
Electric motorcycles are
actually becoming a thing. It's kind of
popular
interesting.
Thing. Hey, we're live again.
Nice. We keep going live.
We're going to be famous if we go live this many times.
So, I don't have an electric vehicle. But one thing that I like about a gas-powered vehicle is that you can fill up gas pretty much anywhere.
Every intersection.
Like every corner, except for the corner of town where I live in because it's a super rich area. They don't have any gas stations for some reason. But pretty much anywhere you go, the corner's going to have a gas station or maybe two gas stations like across the street from each other.
And if there's two, there's a McDonald's in the third one.
And I drive a... what would you call it? It's not diesel. It's gasoline.
Yeah.
So every gas station has a gasoline pump. Some of them don't have a diesel pump. Maybe if I drove a diesel truck, it'd be harder to find a gas pump. But think about electric vehicles. There's a lot less charging ports.
There's a lot more outlets.
And there's a lot of different outlet types.
Yes.
Which is what this article points out. So not only do you have to find, if you're driving an electric vehicle, Not only do you have to map out your route to make sure you have enough charging stations or whatever.
You have to make sure they're the right charging stations.
The right charging stations, which is something that I didn't even consider because I don't have an electric vehicle. But apparently Google Maps is going to add that in to their search feature.
So will Google Maps know when you're driving your electric vehicle versus not driving your gas vehicle, like it does with a motorcycle?
That's a good question.
If it could tell from the vibrations or something.
Yeah, or the
smell of the new car.
Yeah, because your phone has a scent sensor. Probably would be just a filter you can add.
Or you Bluetooth connect it, and
that'd be interesting. Yeah, so it kind of integrates with your
or every
car.
Electric car that I know of has a map built in, so it would just know.
If you have a Samsung or a what was it? We'll talk about it in a little bit, I guess. If you have a Cadillac smart car with a 38-inch curved OLED screen with Google Maps installed, you can boot up your Google Maps on your television and pick out the gas stations types you want to go to.
That's a nice little feature. It's not too useful for either
people
of
who
us
don't drive an electric vehicle, but pretty useful for people who do. Don't you have a hybrid?
Hybrid. I don't have to charge it. I'd have to go down a hill. You know how easy it is to find a hill?
Pretty sure there's a Google Map feature that will help you find a hill too. Terrain view, you know?
Yeah. Just drive towards the ocean.
Speaking of the mountains, there are mountains near Washington State, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Our tech guy is nodding at us. Yes, there are mountains near Washington State. Thank you for the assistance. And in Spokane, Washington, they are voting on noise-emitting devices to deter loiterers, as we already mentioned. Oh, so you're right. This will ban devices that emit a high-pitched sound to discourage loiterers in the city's downtown, according to this article from the Seattle Times.
How would it get rid of loiterers? No kids screaming. It gets rid of all the families.
No,
would that count as a high?
They're getting rid of the devices that emit these sounds to get rid of loiterers.
There's already devices out there that do that?
Apparently. High-pitched devices, too. Which, you know what happens when you get older?
You don't hear them.
You don't hear the high-pitched noises as much. So they're trying to get rid of teenagers traipsing around in front of their shops.
Well, now they're trying to let teenagers.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Yes, that's kind of confusing.
It's very
especially
confusing.
because of what I said initially about it being,
So if you want to get
wrong.
people away from your stores, you just get a bunch of motorcyclists. No one likes motorcycles, apparently.
They're also loud and noise emitting.
Yeah, not high pitch unless you're driving it wrong.
Unless you're driving it with helium or something.
Just against the asphalt, just grinding.
Interesting.
Well, that's a much more confusing story than it should have been.
Yeah, only because I was wrong initially.
So they have high-pitched devices, and they're voting to get rid of them.
Moving Sound Technologies, which produces the so-called mosquito device, high-pitched, says it emits a high-frequency noise audible to people between 13 and 25 years old.
I'm surprised they were allowed to do that to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if there's not a specific ban against it, people will do it.
Unless it's shop owners that are putting them out
Yeah,
to get rid of.
yeah, I think so.
Not the city.
Yeah, not the city.
Oh, see, at first I thought it was the city put them up.
No,
and then the city's voting to take them down.
No.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah, so if you go back to the article, or I'll read from the article, it says, but businesses are upset by the proposed ban on the high-frequency devices and say their business has been harmed by large groups that congregate in the area. Some businesses have been overrun by negative activity associated with loitering, said Mark Richard, president and CEO of the Downtown Spokane Partnership. So it is businesses that are running these things.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
I guess because like gangs of people sitting in front of your store scares people away.
Like I want to go into a gas station and there are 600 people sitting outside of it.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's like...
I'd put a noise emitting device out there.
It's a little excessive.
You know, what else is a little excessive? Instagram. And their new
Our tech guy is shaking his head.
audio guy.
Audio guy, you know. That's a good point. Subtle difference there.
They're not going to stop you from posting offensive captions in addition to comments.
Wait, what did you say?
They're going to flag potentially offensive captions.
Yes, but they're not going to stop you from doing it.
In addition to comments. They're not going to stop.
Correct.
So they're going to do the same thing like Facebook does, where they blur out your image and says it's potentially graphic or unsettling or whatever their fancy term is.
I don't believe so. So earlier this year, Instagram launched a feature that would flag potentially offensive comments before they're posted. And now it's also being used for Instagram captions, which I guess a caption is what you post when you initially post a picture or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
As opposed to a comment, which is you're commenting on someone else's picture, or I guess after the initial post of the picture. So this article says it will not block users from publishing their hateful remarks. Instead, Instagram says these little nudges simply give users time to reconsider their words. Something it found was helpful to cut down on the bullying taking place in the comments section after the launch of the earlier feature. So it's just a little notification that pops up once you've entered in your caption. If it detects that your caption is similar to other captions that have been reported, it'll pop up a little thing that says this. I think actually the words are on here.
Yeah. This caption looks similar to others that have been reported. Edit caption, learn more, share anyway.
So then it gives you the option to either edit your caption, learn more about it, or at the bottom just share anyway.
One thing that'd be interesting is if they rearrange the 3 buttons, so you have to read them every time. You can't just...
Oh, that would be interesting.
That way you can't just always hit the bottom button of share anyways. It makes you double think it at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with that feature. At least it's not blocking people from sharing stuff. It could help some people too.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't really use Instagram that much, so it's not really going to have an effect on me. And I never post on Instagram. So
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
One thing that'd be interesting is if you do share anyway, and then someone else reports that post for then bullying, if eventually you get enough negative credits on Instagram that they don't let you post, or they ban your account, or you become on a special list.
This article also mentioned, I'm quoting from TechCrunch here, while the addition doesn't prevent someone from posting their negative or abusive captions, Instagram has rolled out a number of features to aid those impacted by online bullying. For example, users can turn off comments, blah, blah, blah. It also this year began downranking borderline content, giving those whose accounts step close to the line, but not enough to be banned, fewer reasons to post violent or hurtful content in search of Instagram fame.
Good.
So there is some kind of like...
Yep. Hierarchy, tier ranking.
Yeah. Even if it's like hidden away, which is kind of social credit score.
Social credit scores.
China.
There's nothing wrong with a social credit score.
Speaking of apps owned by Facebook.
Facebook.
You know what ends next year?
And
the decade.
It doesn't have to. We can keep it going. We can change.
Not really.
We could change to the base 12 counting.
Wow. That would really mess us up.
But according to, oh, come on, block notifications. DailyMail.com. Facebook is the most downloaded app of the capital decade. The social media Goliath owns 3 of the other 4 companies in the top 5.
So what are those going to be?
So I guess it's Snapchat's going to be the one that they don't own.
Yep. So it says here in the article, Snapchat is the 5th. Oh, here it is. If you go down a little bit further, right there, yep. It's got the top 10. Facebook up at the top. Facebook Messenger.
Number 2.
WhatsApp Messenger, which is also owned by Facebook, obviously. Oh, it says their parent company. Cool. Instagram, and then Snapchat, and then Skype, which is kind of interesting to me that Skype is that high up there. But what's even more surprising to me is TikTok is number 7.
And it's been out all of
A year, right?
TikTok was named something else, and they got bought out. TikTok, what was their name before? Musical.ly.
Oh, really?
Yep, TikTok was Musical.ly. And
I didn't know that. I'd heard of Musical.ly, but
and they got bought out.
Huh.
And so I'm curious if the TikTok number counts the Musical.ly number also, because that's a big number still. It's amazing that's up number 7 though.
Yeah. And then UC Browser, which I've never heard of, but it's owned by Alibaba Group, which is
huge.
It's probably a big Chinese.
It's probably the equivalent to Firefox or something, I would guess. And
YouTube, which is down at number 9. I wonder if that is because it comes installed by default on so many devices. Because that's pretty insane.
I wonder if they mean all-time downloads or if they mean device or apps on the phone, and they're just checking how many phones have. I'm not sure if you can count.
Well, you can't uninstall YouTube, right?
I think you can.
Maybe you can.
We're about to find out, right? I can disable.
And then Twitter is down there at number 10, which Twitter is kind of, I think, growing further and further out of the popular thing these days.
Facebook will buy them when they're in the 30s or something.
And then further down, we have a list of top 10 apps by spending, like how much money users spend. Netflix, not surprisingly, is up at the top.
Followed directly by Tinder.
I mean, I guess I'm not surprised by that.
Pandora Music is much more surprising in relation to Spotify.
Yeah, especially since Spotify is so far down.
And we got Tencent, of course. Can't miss out on China. Tencent actually owns a lot of stuff.
Do they partner with Activision too?
I think Tencent Video, so the parent company is Tencent, they own stakes in Activision and Blizzard, and then Activision owns Blizzard.
Yeah.
And that's how that whole thing happened.
Gotcha.
But then, Tencent owns shares in a lot of big American companies.
Yeah.
Something called Line and IQE? I don't know how to pronounce
it. That's owned by Baudi, which is a Chinese search engine. So it's probably another browser or some sort. Spotify, YouTube, HBO Now, and another Chinese video company, it looks like.
So I'm curious if this is the amount of subscribers or the amount of money per subscriber or the amount of money overall.
I'm guessing the amount of money overall, but it's not specified.
So right below the picture says Netflix didn't crack the top 10 in terms of app downloads, but it led the pack when it came to consumer spending. Which makes me think that's crazy. Fortnite or something's not up there. Or Clash of the Clans.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's okay. Then there's more top 10s down below it.
Games.
Oh, look, Clash of Clans. Top 10 games by all-time consumer spending.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, there's a lot of lists.
Yeah, that's enough of those lists. Wow, my cough is not good.
So Cadillac is apparently coming out with a 38-inch curved OLED screen.
Yes, and I'm wondering where this is going to be in the vehicle. Because there's no way. There's no way that's going to be between the driver and passenger. Which is the only place I would care about having a screen in a car anyway.
This way. Just kidding.
Literally in between the driver and the passenger.
Why not, right? Oh, do I have to turn my ad blocker off? I can't see the videos.
Ooh. I can't. Oh, wow. Here it is. Okay.
There's the video.
I don't know if it even shows where the...
Cool, because it's not playing. Yeah, I don't get it.
All right, so the video is pretty bad. In fact, it's awful. You can't tell anything. but it appears to be like literally the dashboard is a screen. So that's interesting.
The paragraph here, right below the tweet, is most informant systems.
Infotainment systems.
Oh, wow.
Like entertainment, but infotainment.
Nope, we're not going to go with that word. Most car systems occupy space in the center of the dashboard, and even the largest are typically no bigger than a tablet.
Because your car isn't like that
But the
big.
first Tesla one was like 21 inches or something.
Really?
I think so.
Just the normal size of a tablet.
Just normal tablets. Cadillac's video makes it look like the screen will stretch across the interior of the car. I could have sworn.
The size of the Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. Oh, where are you? There you are.
The Tesla 3.
Screen size? Oh, it's a 15-inch. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
still
tablet.
bigger than a normal tablet, but
Yeah, but not by too terrible.
the Cadillac one is twice as big.
4 times. If you put 4.
Okay, yeah, point taken.
But yeah, it's twice.
4 times as much area.
Yeah, 4 times
Yeah.
the area.
Yeah.
No matter which way you said, I would have corrected you.
Yeah. Actually, it's
Actually.
2.4 times as big.
Speaking of 2.4 times as big, it's about halfway through the topics before we get to the interesting ones.
Yeah.
Making sure I'm actually live because it's not loading on YouTube.
I'm live on YouTube.
Looks like I'm not. It's fine. It's okay. Video is made possible by the two of us, Nephew Tech and
JMR Media.
we're still doing it.
Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Don't do Facebook. Or Instagram. Don't do Instagram.
Or Twitch
Only Facebook.
or Mixer.
I mean, only YouTube. Poof, not Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, you may have seen some of these things on Facebook this year. I hadn't, but maybe you had.
Oh, I'm on the wrong account. That's why I'm not streaming on YouTube.
Oh, that'll do it. I did get a notification that you were streaming.
Hey, there I am.
Nice. Go back to the dock. You got to pull up this optical illusions. The best optical illusions of the year will have you further questioning the reality you live in, according to this random website.
Gizmodo.
Gizmodo, yeah.
Super
Actually,
random.
Actually a decent website. Scroll down so you can see it. Look, it's rotating horizontally. Look, now it's rotating vertically.
That's pretty cool. Is it
Wait
not
for it.
changing?
No, it's not changing. Now it's
Yep. Now it's spinning.
Yep. Horizontally. Now it's spinning vertically. That wins first prize according to Gizmodo. The rest of them, I didn't even watch.
So second prize. Let's see. Change the color. So I see a red and green.
That's what I see too.
Now do you see green and red dots from the top to the bottom, or yellow dots from these 2 dots allow us to proceed? Depending upon emission. I only see green and red. You can change proceed color by our own.
Okay. I was able to see them kind of yellow, but it was more like a blinking thing.
Oh, okay. I can make it. Yeah. If you focus just past the screen.
Yeah. You have to like not look at the screen.
Because yeah, if you don't quite
right.
look at the screen, it's just a. Well, I guess
Well, that one's not near as good.
Yeah, but it looks like the whole line is just slowly
Shifting
going
the
across,
other way.
like
Yeah.
a barber pole, but laying down.
Yeah. The rotating circles illusion. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen this one before. No, I don't think I have.
No warnings, right?
Whoa.
Go full screen. All right.
What are we supposed to see? Oh. You've probably seen lots of optical illusions where moving objects appear to alter or influence the movements of another when in reality nothing's actually changing, aside from your brain getting a little confused. Yeah, I'm definitely getting confused.
Okay, the first two I was able to see. This third one is a lot more complicated.
I honestly don't even know what I'm supposed to see.
So that center small circle is doing a little circle continuously.
Am I supposed to guess which way it's going?
I don't know if you're supposed to guess or not, but it just doesn't like a circle sometimes.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Gotcha. Like it's moving on a different path.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Like it's more of an oval, it looks like. Well, that was... Glad I waited the entire year for that.
Really paid off, right?
Yeah. A cool gift idea. This is actually a cool gift idea. This smart notebook saves your scribbles with a simple scan of your smartphone. This is called Rocketbook. We're not sponsored, but hey, sponsor us. And the way it works is it's a notepad that I believe it's what's it called? Like dry erase ink.
Okay.
It's a little bit different than dry erase ink. It's a little bit more precise, but you use the dry erase pen that they give you on the pad, and then you take a picture of what you drew on the pad with your phone, and it uses like a QR code or something on the page that you drew on.
Yeah.
And saves it to like either Google Drive, or it can send emails of the image, or it could even, I think, copy down what you wrote, like transcribe the text.
I was trying to figure out how this was different than just a normal notepad of taking a photo.
Yeah, so it's a good way of digitizing your notes and storing them, and easier to find in the future rather than having to dig through a pile of papers.
Yeah.
Or find which notebook you were writing in. You can search through.
So you know what this notebook kind of reminds me of? Just from the looks of it? You're never going to guess it. The Blue's Clues Steve notebook.
Oh, the way it has the massive like binder thing.
Yeah. It looks almost exactly like it. Because it has the massive binder. And there's only like 3 pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I would be curious of is because it has the QR code and the black border.
Yeah.
Is if you take the picture at an angle, if it will auto correct it. Like if it will skew it for you.
I bet it would try, but it's not very good at correcting that angle.
Well, like you wouldn't purposely do a terrible angle. Like you'd be really close, and it would just auto angle it and then crop it
I got
for
you. Yeah.
So you don't
I
have
don't
like
know.
the table in the background and such.
One thing's for sure, though, it can't read my handwriting. It won't be able to transcribe my handwriting. But I have a friend who has one and uses it a lot.
Really?
Looks
Oh, they're 25% off the MSRP.
Yeah.
Boing boing.
Boing boing. Yeah, that's the website you were. That was funny.
Boingboing.net.
Will AI take your job or make it better?
What if it takes it and makes it better? Like not only does it take my job, but it's better at it.
I think being better at it is part of taking it. Like, I think that's kind of a requirement before it takes your job.
Employers might just not want to deal with people. Like, it could be worse. But
Therefore, it's better at it.
It's not better at the job. It's just not as terrible to be around.
Hopefully, you can get a job repairing these
Yeah.
AIs.
It's over at Wired. So I can't argue with this first paragraph. Wally someone owns
Yeah.
a pool repair business in Florida and likes 12 creams in his McDonald's coffee each morning. So he likes a cup of milk for breakfast. What he doesn't like is the way the company is pushing him to place his order via touchscreen kiosk instead of talking to the counter staff, some of whom have known him for years.
Poor people working at McDonald's for years. Am I right?
So I will...
Like, for real.
Yeah. So I went to a McDonald's once, and they only had the kiosks. I know it's
I've been to a
astounding.
McDonald's once before, too.
And they only had the
But
kiosks?
no, I haven't done that, no.
So they had a small counter, but there was no one even standing there.
Really?
So I walked out. I went to the Wendy's. I did not order because I wasn't going to deal with the kiosk.
I bet you that kiosk would take your order way better than an employee of McDonald's would.
I don't know any of the menu items at McDonald's.
That's why they have a menu.
I'm not going to search for... I know the McDonald's has the 2 breakfast sandwiches for $4. I have no idea what the sandwiches are.
Specials? 2 sandwiches for $4.
So
Never been to a McDonald's, but it's probably pretty
I could
similar.
just walk into McDonald's. So what sandwiches do you have for the 2 for $4? And then they tell me, like, the one was a sausage.
Now, are you the kind of person who scans your own groceries at the grocery store?
If
Or do you
there's
go
no
to
line.
them?
If there's... I'll go whichever one has no line.
Okay.
If they both have lines, whichever one's going faster.
Yeah.
But I'll take a person.
Okay, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, a lot of the food lines around, well, none of the food lines around have the self-scan anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
But Harris Teeter does, I believe. And
Walmart's.
Walmart's definitely do.
Yeah.
So generally at Walmart, I'll go to the self-scan aisle because it's so much faster.
Yep.
And there are people there who say, oh, well, I'm not going to do the job for
Someone else's
Walmart.
job.
Yeah, I'm not going to come spend money here and do the job
And then they
myself
get
too.
in the car.
I'm not going to pay to do the
Yeah.
job, basically, is what they're saying. Which I don't agree with because I'm getting out of there way faster.
Yeah. But then they go to their car and they drive themselves away and they don't let their chauffeur drive them.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude, just...
Yeah, no, I'm for whichever one's faster. If I'm standing in the self checkout and then someone opens the line, I'm going to go to the line.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, it doesn't make a difference.
And that's different from the argument where people say it's taking people's jobs, and yeah, it kind of is. And that's a bummer, but people are just going to have to find a different job. Yeah.
They'll repair the machine.
It will never take all the jobs because someone has to build these things and keep them running. You know. Wow.
That was the world's fastest stream. We set a new record.
A new record. Well, I guess that's it.
Wow.
Have a good week, and we'll talk about that next week.